food production has been made even more interesting. It's big, it's new. It is farmerscheck. Join Jeffrey Chepkwony as brings you new farming techniques and lofty enterprising ideas on the farm on KTS every Tuesday. Don't miss.
So kindly introduce yourself and tell us what you are doing here.
Kwa majina naitwa Ronald Koech. Mimi ndio msimamizi wa cereals, tunaita Prodeka, North Rift and Western.
Okay.
Yes.
Si ukiongelea cereals unamaanisha mimea kama ngano?
Ngano, mahindi, barley na miwa.
Okay.
Yes.
Miwa ni cereal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sawa. So tueleze ni aina gani? Ni mbegu aina gani yenye mko nayo kwa kipande ya leo?
Specifically or as a Syngenta, we don't deal with seed for wheat.
Okay.
We deal only with the crop protection. We deal with weeding, the herbicides, in which we used to weed the wheat, specifically for grasses. We have to pick, in which it kills the post-emergence, the already emerged grasses. Yeah, we have derby, in which we used to kill the broadleaves in wheat. Yeah.
So ukiongelea post emergence unamaanisha yenye imeanza kumea ama namna gani?
Kama kwekwe imemea.
Okay.
Yeah, post emergence inamaanisha kama kwekwe imemea. Yeah. Ndio unaanza kuua ukitumia topic na derby kwa upande wa broadleaves. Upande wa kwekwe ambayo iko na majani mapana ndio inamaanisha broadleaves. Yes.
Umekuwa kwa hiki kipanda kwa muda wa siku mbili.
Yes.
Siku ya leo ni siku ya pili.
Yes.
Wakulima wanauliza maswali kama gani na unawaeleza nini?
Wakulima kweli wameelimika sana kwa sababu wanauliza ni madawa yapi ambayo tunayo ya kusuluhisha tatizo la kupalilia mahindi ama ngano, kuzuia na kuponya magonjwa ya ngano kama rust, kama septoria. Hayo ndio magonjwa ambayo yanajulikana kuwa inasumbua mkulima wa ngano. So sisi kama Syngenta tunapatia mkulima suluhisho ili mkulima anapofanya ukulima wake anapata hakikisho ya kwamba atavuna. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So anafaa kutumia hii dawa kwa muda wa wakati gani na mara ngapi?
Yeah, tunapoelimisha mkulima sisi kama Syngenta tuko na spray program ambayo tunafuata. So mkulima akifuata spray program yetu atapata mazao maradufu kwa sababu ukulima wetu si tunabahatisha kuwa tuna spray hii ikinyesha kesho una spray hii. So we always follow the spray program.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we have a spray program which is complete from weeding the crop till until when you are spraying the fungicides and also the insecticide, because all the crops that all the cereals are vulnerable to pests and diseases. So we give the farmer the solution. Yes.
Tukienda kipanda zingine tuliambiwa kuna mbolea ambayo huwa wanatumia.
Yes.
Kama hapa wanatumia mbolea.
Yeah, lazima every crop needs fertilizer. And as a Syngenta, we educate a farmer to observe a fertilizer regime in which after we educate them to take a soil testing so that we can determine the type of fertilizer that a farmer needs to be used against the crop that is supposed to be grown.
Okay.
Yes.
Sawa, tumeshukuru. Na hapa nyuma naona aina moja ya kitu yenye umeweka hapa nyuma.
Yeah, tuko na dawa moja inaitwa engeo. Engeo ni dawa ya kuua wadudu ambaye sisi kama Syngenta tunaita kifagio ya wadudu. So if you buy engeo, you could ni kama umenunua dawa moja ambaye inafagia wadudu wote. It is a broad spectrum insecticide. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa. Asante, nimeshukuru.
Asante sana. You're welcome.
Okay, kindly introduce yourself and tell us more about.
Oh, sure. I'm Mr. Ezekiel Kipkurui. The other name is AKA the voice of the silent majority in the contemporary society. I hail from Nandi County. And farming is like the engine of the ecosystem and for the livelihood. We've come here today with heading a farmers organization under the name of Bamwai Cooperative. We've come here today because of what Chepkoilel has done, not only for this region but also for Kenya. They have incorporated a lot of industries and a lot of works of innovation that great men and women have actually contributed tirelessly towards this innovation. We wanted to say agriculture is the way to go. Me as a youth, today I have realized, and I had usually, but today I've added my knowledge, because one, you can do a lot of things within a very, very small unit of area. Number two is that from this kind of other industries like Syngenta and the other ones, they've done actually innovation that will eradicate poverty within a unit area and a short span of time. Today we've had what we call triperio. There is an amazing breed here for the cabbages, and it is actually so amazing because we have one cabbage up to 15 kilos. And that is so amazing because we've never had that kind of thing. So we wanted to laud actually Syngenta for this kind of great prosperity and innovation. We want only to call outside there the youth and the women. Why I say the two is because they are vulnerable constitutionally. We have challenges as youth of this country. We are going there for seeking employment, yet employment is here. So I wanted to say, look around yourself and you can see the opportunities there. The only thing is that what do you do? What else? What is your energy? What have you done to ensure that you've done research? Number two is that look for marketing. And I want to call upon the Ministry of Agriculture in this country and our counties, particularly use that effort and that kind of human resource that the youth and women have. It is a great potential. So tap those resources, use the technology and move on. So we don't want to see a lot of money being wasted elsewhere. We are now seeing the government is giving us free education as from next year. So I wanted to make this point very clearly, that channel all those money which could go to CDF, now put it to agriculture. That is the way to go. And then you now bring innovation and we do value addition, and there we are. Poverty is not there again. And issues like unemployment will end within a very short span of time. So we want to urge our governors. This is one of the strong messages. We want to urge our governors, they should be coming and see this kind of innovation, so that we don't waste a lot of money for MCAs to go for trips outside, yet we can find them local here. So we want to tell them the technology and everything is here. The only thing is that let them get it right. Put the money in the right place and have the right people, they have the future.
Okay,
Asanteni and God bless you.
Asante sana.
Asante sana. Thank you.
Asante sana.
Thank you.
Kwa vile mimi naitwa Arti Chamu, mimi ndio nimeionea maneno ya agriculture hapa na tumefurahi, tuko hapa na tutaendelea namna hiyo na tutaenda kuambia wanayu tuendelee namna hiyo. Okay. Yes sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Food production has been made even more interesting. It's big, it's new, it is farmerscheck. Join Jeffrey Chepkonya as brings you new farming techniques and lofty enterprising ideas on the farm on KTS every Tuesday.
Okay, welcome still to the farmerscheck program. This week we are at the University of Eldoret, where they have organized a trade fair, and with me we have at the stand where we have Syngenta. Syngenta is a big company. He will introduce himself and tell us more about the same.
Yeah, my name is Nathan Koske. I work with Syngenta
Yes.
As a key accounts manager for vegetable seed. And as you can see, I'm not even able to hold this. This is one of our flagship varieties. This is a variety which we already have here in the field, which we wanted to showcase to farmers, just to see the capability of our varieties. We have very good varieties, starting from tomatoes, pepper, cabbages, and out of all these varieties we have showcased them here, and one of them is here. This is Triperio F1, which I think you will also see in the background. Some of the variety, this variety we have weighed and we've gotten up to around 15 kilos per head. This variety we have seed in two different packs. We have a 2,500 seed pack and 10,000 seed pack. So just for me to be, it's quite heavy. It's 15 kilos. So the cabbage varieties that we have are two. We have Quisa F1 and Triperio F1. Triperio F1 is a highland material, very good highland material. It can get you to around 15 kilos, as you have seen. And per acre you need around 15,000 heads per acre. So that means you need only seed, one pack of 10,000 seed and another one of 2,500, two pieces. So you have 1 acre done. Then we also have the peppers. We have two pepper varieties. This is called Admiral F1. Admiral F1 is a yellow pepper, as you can see the color. The yellow pepper, Admiral F1, usually can be harvested green, usually because the bigger market for what the farmers are usually getting are the green market, but you can wait for this color change, and once the color change to this, the prices are usually very good, because again you now have beta carotenes within the fruit, and which is very of course has very good nutritional value for your health. So we have two varieties, this yellow one, and we also have a red pepper variety called Commandant.
Okay, when you talk of the cabbage, I've seen the size, you have talked of the weight, you're talking of 15 kilos. Maybe you can tell us, how did you maintain until that level?
A cabbage usually is one, you have to get a good variety, and which we have. Then number two, it depends on a cabbage requires a lot of fertility for it to give you a bigger head. So here we only planted with the DAP and we mixed it with farmyard manure, some good amount of farmyard manure. We did not do any top dressing. We've also done some very good control of pests and diseases, because of course we are the champion of that. We also have very good crop protection products. Of course, if I can mention a few of the pests that have affect cabbages, we have cutworms during transplanting, and normally that is when we use a product called Karate, just to try and get rid of those ones so that they don't cut your plant as you transplant. Then number two, we have aphids. Aphids usually are very bad insects. They usually curl the leaves of the cabbage, and we have a very good product called Actara, which does very well on it. So Actara, you only use 8 grams per 20 liter and you are able to clear that. Apart from that, we have other pests. We have a pest called diamond backmoth. Diamond backmoth usually makes holes on the leaves of the plant. And the best product which we have to be able to help you control that is mulch. So those are some of the pests that we have. Some of the diseases we have ring spot. And ring spot, the best product that you can use is either Score or Rotiva.
Okay, farmers are wondering the maintenance that you have mentioned, DAP, and also spacing. You didn't mention something to do with spacing.
Yeah, if you look at our spacing here, we've done a bigger spacing. We are almost doing 60 centimeter by 60. That gives you a very big head. But if you want a smaller head, you can always do a smaller spacing of 45 centimeter to around 50 centimeter, and you get a bigger population of plants, but of course with a smaller weight. But smaller in this case, depending on the variety which we have, which is Triperio F1, can give you a head of not less than 5 kilos, between 5 and 6 kilos with that kind of spacing. So you have squeezed it, but you have that kind of spacing. The other very good thing that you need to know, especially about cabbages, a cabbage requires a lot of water. You know that head, to be able to form into that head, you require water. So for you to get a good size of cabbage, you have a good variety, you have good nutrition. That means you have put in the farmyard manure, and then the last part you have already you have water, which is enough to give you that head. And now you have controlled the pests and diseases, you're ready to go to the market.
Okay, as a person who has been here yesterday and today in this trade fair, what can you say that the questions that most farmers are asking?
I think most farmers who are coming, especially to our stand, is they look at what we have done and they say, is this Uasin Gishu? I'm still telling them this is Uasin Gishu, and it is possible everywhere in Uasin Gishu. You can still be able to get this kind of pepper. You can get also the tomatoes which you have seen. You can get also the cabbages here. The only thing is we need to just, roll our sleeves and go to the farms. We are not only able to produce maize, we can also do very good horticulture, as you have seen here. So most of the farmers who are asking us is it possible here? I will tell them it is possible today, it is still possible tomorrow, and it will still be possible. The only thing is roll up your sleeves. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk of the market challenges that farmers are facing. What advice can you give them?
Usually, if you have a good product, I was telling some of the farmers who have asked me a lot of questions about the head size which we have, and saying, now how much will I sell this? What I usually say is, you look at, you calculate the number of plants that you have in an acre. If you have cabbages, if you have 15,000 heads in an acre, you don't need to look at the size. It depends. If you get a market that buys on the kilos, well and good. If you don't get a market that buys in kilos and they want to just look at the head size, they will look at your farm and they will tell you, they will give you a better price than the former farmer because of the quality that you have. So first, work on the quality. The market should not be a big issue. The other thing that you need to do is you have to time. Especially most of these vegetables, you have to time and get a good market for every other crop that you do.
Okay, which is the preferred time when you are supposed to plant, depending on the rainy season?
Now, I will not mention that this is the specific time that you are supposed to do. It depends on whether you have water. You can decide to irrigate your farm. If you don't have irrigation, then now you have to time it during the rainy season so that you have your crops during the rainy season because you don't have water. But otherwise, these crops can be done throughout the year depending on whether you have water or if you have irrigation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, coming to pilipili hoho, we are seeing the size. You can talk of
management. Of course, most of these 3 months crop usually requires a lot of fertilization because these are crops that are supposed to bear almost immediately. You have transplanted, and in the next 75 days, 90 days, you are supposed to have a fruit. So what that means is during planting you have to cultivate enough manure in your soil, plus of course the planting fertilizer. A very good planting fertilizer may be DAP or maybe Yaramila Winner or whichever fertilizer you may find fit. But usually what we advise our farmers is do a soil test, know what your soil requires, then you can come and plant. But otherwise, once you have your crop ready up, of course there are so many diseases that affect pepper. We have fungal diseases, but we have very good products from Syngenta. We have Otiva, we have SCO, and we have Ridomil, which if you know which disease or which problem you have, then you can easily come in with your product and be able to tackle that problem. So apart from that, we also have insects, and we have the products which I have mentioned. We have a product like Karate, you have a product like Ngeo also for aphids and everything. So once you are sure of what you want to do, as Syngenta we have a crop program for each crop that we are doing, so that it can help you, guide you, so that you have a better crop and you are able to tackle the problem that you have based on the information which we have given.
Talking of, for cabbages, it's easier to know the duration in terms of maturity. At some point you will cut them off.
Yeah.
Let's talk of pilipili hoho and the pepper. How the height, in terms of height?
Usually pepper, this we call it ball pepper. Usually peppers take a long time in the farm. You can harvest it for a full year if you want, but now it depends on the management. Now once you grow your crop, once you transplant, usually pepper takes 75 days, you have it green. But you can wait a bit longer so that you get a color change, either red or yellow or orange, depending on the variety which you are doing. But for pepper, depending on your feeding, you can feed and you continue feeding and you have your crop harvesting for almost a full year.
Food production has been made even more interesting. It's big, it's new. It is Farmer's Check. Join Jeffrey Chepkonya as brings you new farming techniques and lofty enterprising ideas on the farm on KTS every Tuesday. Don't miss.